Check out the brand new How to Become a Better Looking Man course by using the links below. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about how all you need to do is be really good at one thing, okay? You should focus on like kind of one thing or just a few little things at one time. And I've spoken about something similar to this before, but I want to come at it from a different angle. Now, you look at somebody like Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got a perfect life. He's got a ton of money. He's dating young, beautiful women. Like, what's he good at, guys? Is he in fantastic shape? Is he a fitness model? Nope. Is he, you know, the best dressed man in the world? Absolutely not. Like, he dresses terribly, and like when he's not doing a speech or something like that. What's he very, very good at? Acting. He's just a superb actor. You know, you could throw in there that his natural talent is his voice. Like, he's got a fantastic voice which was given to him. But he's just a fantastic actor. And he focused fully on that one thing, became one of the best in the world at it, or at least, you know, all you have to do is become very high level, and it will help your life out. Like, there's one thing that can trigger you, and then it can allow you to go into other areas. Like, do you think he'd be able to do speeches for climate change and, like, push that forward if he wasn't a great actor? Right, sometimes that one thing that gets you through the door then allows you to do other things. And it revolves, or it ties in with the concept that I tell you guys all the time, that you can only focus on 2 or 3 things at once, okay? Kind of like each season. Now, I used to have these task lists that had like 200 fucking things on. I'd be ticking them throughout the day, and I think I was the man when I got like the whole thing done. Yeah, my business has flown forward. I worked so hard. Nothing really changed. It didn't move forward that much. I started working less, but I started being more methodical. I was like, let's do 1, 2, maximum 3 things per day. Okay, I've got 2 rules. You focus on 3 things per season. The way I do it is winter, summer. There's no spring or autumn for me. It's just September to March, and then, you know, well, it's like March 1st, and then March 1st all the way around to like September 1st, end of August, whatever. It's just treat it like that, winter, summer. You know, if it's hot, if it's cold, there we go. And if you're in Australia, you can flip it the other way around. And that's kind of my approach to life, that I do 2 or 3, I focus on 2 or 3 things each season, and they take my priority. And then every single day I do 2 or 3 things on my task list that are pushing me towards those 2 or 3 goals. Okay, it's just how I do it. It's just like a minor 2 or 3, and then a major 2 or 3, which is like the big goals and then the objectives leading to them. Best results I've ever had in my life. If you focus on too much at one time, you don't really get anywhere. It's like I think there's an old Russian proverb, which is like, if you chase 2 rabbits, you catch neither. And it's the same thing in life. Like, I know I said 2 or 3 things, but it kind of encompasses that same phrase. And if you're chasing, let's say, fitness, a perfect married life or whatever, and a beautiful woman, if you're chasing wealth, if you're chasing, you know, improving your looks, if you're chasing starting a business and your 9-to-5 job, like you're trying to do all this shit at once, you'll just burn out. You won't be good at one thing. You'll kind of be giving like 20% of effort to each thing. Whereas I think if you've got 2 or 3 things, like you significantly move each one forward at a rapid rate. And I've been a great proponent of that in the last year and a half. Like, there's evidence on my channel, if you go back, where I've said, I just want to sort my appearance out for the next 6 months. It's 6 months of dedication to my appearance, and I went and did that. Okay, 6 months of, you know, I'm going to finish off this body transformation. That's my pure focus this summer. I'm going to get lean. I'm going to get 6-pack. I'm going to get the perfect body for once in my life. Never done it before. I'm going to make sure that box is ticked. I've done the bulking. I've kind of done orthotropics, segmental zones. When I cut, it's all going to come together. Okay, that was like my main focus among like other things like creating content. Okay, we're going to add podcasts in this summer. That's what we're going to do. Just those 3 things: podcasts, creating content, and getting in shape. That's going to be the 3. And then in winter, I was almost like I don't know if I did podcasts or whatever, I'm just throwing stuff in there. But in winter, like this winter that we're in now, I was like, okay, it's going to be purely success-based and income-based. Like, I'm going to bump that income. My target was like 30,000 per month, okay? So I've like chased after that. I was like, I'm going to do a final bulk, and I'm going to focus on putting systems in place. I spoke to you guys about that before. You know that, like a fulfillment company, like a a digital download platform. I've done all that now. I've put like pretty much every goal in place. The bulk still has to end in like March, but by the end of winter, it'll be like, okay, tick, 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 3 things. That's all I focused on. And sometimes I get comments where guys are like, bring the podcast back. Oh, you should really do this. And I'm like, yeah, that's next season. Like, I can't do too much at once, because if I do, none of it works. So I always focus on 3 things. I do them very fucking well. Then I move on. Because once they're in place, guys, they're cemented. They're concrete. And once you've done them and then they're running themselves, i.e., fitness journey, okay, once you're in shape, you're not really going to lose it as long as you continue down that path somewhat, okay. You could put, let's say you put 100% effort in to get in shape. If you apply 80% of effort, like, you're still going to stay at like 11-12% body fat with an amazing body. Like, you're still going to be an absolute freak of a guy. And then anytime you want, if you've got a holiday coming up, you just put 100% effort in for 2 months, bang, there it is again. That nuclei kicks in. The body fat drops down, like, you restore your like peak performance. It's very easy to do. Weston Boucher, who came on the podcast, he was talking about that, like how he goes out on weekends, has a couple glasses of wine, eats some shit food. During the week, he lives like perfectly and his body doesn't change. Like, once you get to a certain level, a lot of things stay in place. Same with income. Once your income's in place and you've got systems in place to protect that, it becomes somewhat residual, okay? But it just takes that initial work. It might be a year, it might be 6 months. You might have to dedicate 2-3 years to one thing. But when you split life into chunks and you do things in segments, it's so much easier, okay, guys? Like, you try and do everything at once, it doesn't work. And I see so many young guys suffering from this problem where they're like, I'm ugly, I'm out of shape, I have no money, I want to get women, like I'm still a virgin, right? And they're trying to... I need a 9-to-5 job as well. I'm worrying about that this summer. Like, but I also want to have a social life. They're trying to tick every box quickly. There's 2 things they don't realize. What this whole video is about, you can't do too much at once. And secondly, what they don't realize is early male life is a struggle. It's tough, okay? It's meant to be shit. They want everything yesterday. There's guys that are like 22 years old that are like, I'm not a fucking millionaire yet. I'm not in shape. My body's shit. Girls don't want me. It's like, where's the problem? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much every guy who's 22 years old. I was there, pretty much every guy's there. It's very tough, okay? It's a very tough scenario. You know, you got to take your time. You got to put the work in. Pick 2 or 3 things every 6 months, every year. Get them done right, get them done very fucking well. Then make another 2 or 3 goals, move on to them, and go again, and go again, and go again. Because when you've got 2 or 3 things, you can handle them. You can do them to the best of your ability. You ever been in a workplace when your boss is like, can you do this? Can you do that? You're like, yeah, sure, I can handle that. And then he comes to you the next day. Have they been done yet? No. Oh, that's a shame, because I've got a new thing for you to do. Can you take this on as well? Could you just pop down to certain? And you're like, fuck me, just let me finish the 2 or 3 things that you first gave me. I've had so many bosses like that, where like they'll do a task list start of the week. Right, we got 18 things we need to get done. I'm like, in a week? Are you fucking nuts? Like, they're all going to be slap happy. None of them are going to work properly. Give me 2 or 3 things to do and give me a month. And like I'll get some serious results on the board. You know, give me 6 months. Let's just focus on getting that one element of the business better. But a lot of people don't understand that shit, okay? They try and do task list ticking. Doesn't really get you too far. Like, the best results I've ever had in my life when I focus on 2 or 3 things and I just make them my main focus. I get them done. I move on. Like, look how much content I'm creating at the moment, guys. For the last 4 months, I haven't been doing this. I went and got my SMP. I've been bulking and I've been focusing on products. It was appearance, bulk, get my products in place, get them developed, get the fulfillment company in place. That was all like encompassed into one thing. That was my 3. My content was still there, but it took a back seat. Now it's like, okay, let's go. We've got a fulfillment company in place. My bulk is going well. I feel comfortable with it. Let's just continue that. I got the SMP, okay, that's out the way. Okay, so now we focus more on content again, and I'll look at my social life. I'll start doing my life setup, which I'm doing very much right now. Like, I've always got 2 or 3 things going on, and when something's complete and it's ticked, I'll move on to the next thing. I'll add something else in. But by just having that main focus in your life, it allows you to move forward at a very rapid rate. And you never have to like go back and be like, oh, I have to go and do that again, or what. Like, once it's done, it's ticked, and then you move forward. Okay, guys, it's very simple message. I know I've repeated myself a few times there, but it really needs to seep into a lot of young guys' heads, because you will get the most effective results when you do less, when you take sufficient breaks, when you You know, take like 2 days off to recharge and then come back and like really focus 100% of your work ethic and get your 8 hours of sleep. Like, it's just the most effective way. I've done everything. I've done 3 hours of sleep. I've done hustle and grind. I've, you know, no days off, all this shit. And I've done this approach now that I do now, like 2-3 things, take Saturdays off, recharge, come back refueled, re-energized, you know, really happy with where you are in your life, like seeing progress at a crazy rate. It works so much better, I can assure you of that. Check out the brand new How to Become a Better Looking Man course by using the links below.